I hope that you have a good imagination because I don't have a mic, so I'm going to be using this lipstick as a mic. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I will be talking about self-growth and discipline, the side of it that is not often talked about. So about what I will tell you about me is that I am a typically, if we say a hardworking person or a very disciplined person, but I still never feel like that I'm disciplined. Even just if I use my phone for 5 minutes or more, I feel like what am I doing with my life? So let's go back to my childhood. In my childhood और जब तक मैंने अपनी complete school ख़त्म करी थी, I was a pretty lazy person. I mean lazy in the context that I didn't even used to go to washroom because I was a maladaptive daydreamer and I was so addicted to music, and I had no idea what I was even listening to. I was I was listening to music all the time, 24/7. I listened to music and I was like blasting it completely in my ears. My family used to scream, "Oh my God, we are saying something!" But I just couldn't control it. And about like my studies and all, I got like 88% in my 12th, and I know that for me it is good. I was like, I wanted to do an experiment. I wanted to know like how it will feel, because I had this theory that there is two self. One is my inner self, and the other one is outer self. So there are so many things in this world that I did that was just for the outer world. It didn't concern me from inner my inner world. And I think that this personal theory of mine, and I don't know if some other people talks about it, but this worked for me. I wanted to see whether it made an impact on my inner self. I got 88%. I was a pretty bad student before it. I got used to get like 70%, 60%. But after that, when I got this, my social self was still not satisfied. Of course, I could have done better job, but my inner self didn't care about this stuff. Now remind you, I was a person who had no connection with books. What is books? Also, I hated my textbooks so much. They were such a dagger to my soul. Now school gets over, and I used to sit, and now my school gets over and I had nothing to do, absolutely nothing. Well, when I was in the school I did nothing, so it was like just like I was in the school 6 7 hours, and this was just the only difference I felt. But I was using my phone so much, so much that I was exhausted. I knew that I had to make some changes in my life because I was getting so annoyed by it, because I was avoiding my bodily function. I was avoiding every single thing in my life. I was not prioritizing basic needs. If I was thirsty, I was not even drinking water because I was so addicted to my phone, to listening to music. As if you are a maladaptive daydreamer, you would know how it is like. But my was on in a very extreme form. But I had this feeling completely throughout me that, oh, I want to change myself. So I tried sometimes it. For example, like something worked for like 2 3 days, and then I was back again. But during the time after school ended, I was so exhausted. I was moving here and there, listening to music, like blasting. My ears were hurting, my everything was is so miserable. But I used to listen to a channel, so I decided to order a book that was Notes from the Underground and Animal Farm 1984. Now, this was a turning point in my life. Before this, I started a bit of meditation, and it was June 5 when I tried to get into reading. The funny thing is, I never knew that I was a reader until that day when I read my first book. My first book I read was Animal Farm, then 1984, and then Notes from the Underground. And till this day, my family calls me a book monster because I read so fast. What I do now is I don't use my phone. I overcome my addiction to maladaptive daydreaming, and I used to wake up early since the since I was a kid, so this was not my problem, and I used to go to sleep like pretty early. Now I will, if I tell you my current, how like I am currently, I will tell you my routine. I wake up and then I do something. I maybe like go upstairs or have a walk. I like to, I really like nature. I never knew that I liked nature so much. This was such a, and I listen to birds and trees, just stare at them blankly, do nothing, and it's just one of the favorite part of my life, the stillness that is in it. And I read for hours, and then I do my work, and I don't eat much junk food, and I'm good at my studies. I'm good at extracurricular activities. I'm good at debating, which I was since I was a child, in not in like studies, but. And the thing I noticed, that I'm not, you know, the things that are out there, like the that girl aesthetic. I'm not demeaning something that exists in this world. Everyone has that, but I think I do fit in that box. But here comes the real problem now. I thought that my life will be sorted once I'm on a good path. I have everything together. Everything in my life is in the place as if we look at in the society. And to be very honest, my inner self is also very happy, my inner world, because I don't do anything for the outer world. As I told you before, that I did an experiment that was related to how would my inner self will feel if I get the good grades. It didn't bother me at all. Of course, it just there's stuff that will linger. These things doesn't bother me much, but I have like reading, which I do every single day because it makes me happy, not because I'm doing it because someone assigned it to me. Now, what I have learned, the most important thing is, you can like something and you don't even know it yet. So there is no need to rush in our life to achieve what we want. Things can come slowly. I have a very rich inner world just because of reading, and I think for my other activities too. I'm really into art. I'm an artist, and these things are my favorite. I do them. I don't do art every single day. It's like sometimes, but I like it. But if I'm not in the mood, I'm not gonna do it. But now, if someone gives it to me as an assignment, I will be feeling now. One thing that was clear to me is that the only thing I truly care about is my inner self. The outer world does not affect me that much. So I was like determined to protect my inner world because it is everything to me. I worked really hard to build it. I worked like 4 or 5 years. I knew that there was something wrong with me when I was started to listen to music that much. I tried, but I failed. I tried when I was in ninth grade. I kept on trying, but last year I finally succeeded in doing that thing, and I'm really protective toward my inner world because it took me so long time, such an extreme level of hard work to get here. Now, I actually to I did it all by myself, and with my books, the stuff. I didn't watch any video and all. So I think there is a part of me that doesn't know what is healthy and what is not healthy, because I was in such a state that I worked really hard for it, and I have slipped up in the past. It's not like I don't have healthy boundaries, like I know what is healthy and what is not. But even today, I feel like, what does life mean? The answer is just, if not this, then what? To me, I can say, books reading is life. In a common question about this world, we have no answer to it. We have subjective answers to it, but that is fine. Emptiness that comes, it goes away too. But the real problem I feel like is, I actually don't understand what is healthy and what is not. I sometimes, when I use phone, as I told before, I feel extremely guilty. I don't I actually I'm very positive person, but still I feel like why I did it. I know that this is not something bad to do. If I listen to music, I'll regret it the whole day. I know it is just my fault that I'm not establishing the healthy boundaries with it, healthy communication. Cause, but I truly know what music did to me. Now I have to deprive myself from it. It's not like I have to, but it's something that I just do subconsciously. I feel so guilty if I eat just a little piece of sweet. I feel like maybe I should just throw it. And at the stage of our life when we overcome our old self, we grew out of that version of ourselves. We actually don't know what is good for us and what becomes toxic at a point. I In the midway when I was actually healed, I realized that I was pushing myself a little too much. But the thing about pushing ourselves doesn't look like that extreme that we see in the movies, social media. It just feels normal. The thing about these things is that it does feel normal. Because think about it, you worked so hard to build something for yourself. Now it can, you know the consequences, you have seen them in your past. You know that it can collapse like this, so you become very protective towards it. It's not about that self growth is bad. Self growth is something very huge important in our life. But when we are in the self growth, this journey, we don't know what is healthy. Because of the fear that everything might just collapse, we become very rigid. We deprive ourselves from basic joys. And I think that we will learn it with time. We cannot force something on ourselves. This self growth journey, I mean, like, the discipline part, discipline looks, when we think of social media, it looks like something very extreme, but it is something very simple. We can enjoy it. We can enjoy it very well. And when you are building self growth for you completely inner self, sometimes this outer world, the outer noise, the outer work, when it becomes exhausting, you can't work on your inner self. Because you need peace to do these things, or maybe otherwise, because these things bring you peace. It feels it feels so weird कि why I'm not able to do the things that I wish to do, and then this sudden fear booms. It's just the fear of self growth, that it might just all go away, and you know that it won't, because you are no longer your old self. You are a complete different person now. But I don't know, this fear is something that lingers. And the boundaries you establish for yourself, you don't know what it is. And this, you will, I personally felt, I think that I'm getting better at this, but I felt like I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. There were times when I felt days, just days, I felt super depressed because I feel like there was something lacking with me. I did everything that I used to do, like reading, everything, but there was still so much time left. I didn't know what to do with my time. I had no idea what to do, and I just felt like there's something missing. Because the way social media portrayed it to me. Oh, by the way, I don't use social media. I quitted it last year. Even though I think before that, that played a. I used to scroll Instagram, of course, listen to music, and I had no idea what music I was listening to, because I was in my in my inner world here. I never felt enough. No matter what I did, I felt like there's something lacking. I'm not feeling discipline. This was the biggest problem with me, that I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the discipline. Maybe because of the discipline was for every single day. I don't know, but I never feel like I'm a disciplined person, even though I am. From every single perspective, I'm a disciplined person. I'm a very disciplined person. But I never feel enough. I feel like I need to do something more. I need to, maybe, just because the social media portrays this image that disciplined persons are always serious. Although I am serious, but I still like fun things and all. There is just inner satisfaction. Discipline won't bring it to you. Self growth won't bring it to you, it will be you. And this thing, after when you are, guys, if you are just like me, you feel stuck, I don't know, I don't feel enough, remind yourself that something happens with time. It took me my, I will say, I struggled with daydreaming from my childhood. It took me my entire life to turn my life upside down, but it doesn't feel like that it is upside down. I Because you outgrow your old version. It's not like you feel like, oh, it's such a huge change. You do realize that you change a lot, but it doesn't feel something grand. Or and this is the thing that I personally like about life, that how subtle everything is, how beautiful, and how like even changes, everything is so gradual. There is no shocking thing in these things. So you can work with life, with time, and write essays and do whatever you want. But I think the most important thing in self growth is to build your inner self. And of course the questions, what is life, emptiness. And I struggled with emptiness for so long. I will feel better after like 4 or 5 days, then it will suddenly kick in, this emptiness within me. Emptiness not of where I'm like, oh, I'm lonely, but just like I was feeling nothing completely. I was just not feeling anything. And then I started to write about it. But then at one point I realized that I cannot fight it. I cannot fight with it. Of course, if it become a psychological problem, then we must seek therapists. But at this point, that it was not actually a, it was something that I realized that I cannot fight with it. So I don't have to fight with it. It will go on its own with time. In self growth, discipline, all these things, always remember, don't have to do every single thing one day. If you are reading something for just 5 minutes, or you did something that is different, even just for 5 minutes or 1 minute, don't forget to praise yourself, befriend yourself in this journey. And I personally think that life is a journey instead of like a race. Cause kahan jana hai bhag kar. Look at the kids playing outside. They are so happy with their life because they are liking the process, and they are into the process of it instead of the end goal. Of course we should have an end goal, but but the interesting thing is, even whatever route we take towards the end goal, or maybe focus journey or not, these feelings such as emptiness, I personally don't struggle with loneliness because I'm a very self-fulfilled person. I did, of course, when I was in high school, but I think that my life did change when I left the high school. It was not like I was not doing good in my school. I was an amazing person. I took part in lot of debates. I think that was when I changed my school in 11th grade. Everything was great, but I think I became a better person when I was alone with myself. I realized a lot of things about myself. And the interesting that I found out is that love debating to this till this day, but it is wearing off a bit. I love it, acting too. I had many skills, but some skills felt like I did for the social self, which is of course not bad. But at the end of the day, I felt exhausted by it, and I felt like, is what does knowing yourself even means? I knew that I like debating. I knew myself a bit, but I think that we as humans are something beyond our skills to know ourselves, what we like. I think we each person is full of diversity. There's so much diversity within me that I can't explain it. And this is why I like the journey of life, because I will be exploring different versions of myself, different things I like. And we are not rigid beings. We are someone who is very diverse, very fluid like a water. And I think I really like water too, because it is so fluid. Water, trees, birds, I like. But water is something that is my favorite thing in this world. The way it flows, and I like it so much. I like water so much. Alright guys, so this is it for today's video. If you like my video, please don't forget to share, like and comment your thoughts in it. and this video is particularly for the people who are in the journey currently. So if you faced it and not feeling enough, the way internet portrays it, you are going to be feeling something. It is very subtle, very nice. Leave things to time. Everything will fall into the places where it actually belongs. So don't rush this process. It's, I think that the self growth, what one thing one conclusion I have is that self growth is a lifetime process. It will keep going and going, and we are here on this earth to learn this thing. It is personally for me, no, I'm not hoping in on other people's, just my personal perspective, that we are here to learn throughout our life. So we do not have to feel perfect every single time. Being imperfect is human, to err is too human. Remember that, guys. Okay, with that, bye bye. Like and subscribe, guys. Bye bye.
Please like and subscribe.